Hello, and welcome to the Tiddlecast, a podcast in pursuit of higher meaning and deeper consciousness. Your source for all things paranormal, conspiratorial, and cultural. Each week we explore a new and elusive topic and attempt to lay bare all that can be known. Sex, drugs, hip-hop, and Hollywood. High technology, high strangeness. Tempered by humor and rationality. Tonight on the Tiddlecast.
Hello?
Yeah, can I talk?
Is anybody there?
You turned my audio off.
It was necessary for some theatrical editing.
Yeah, that came in really nice.
Was it you? Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah, it came in good. Yeah, it's gonna be a good sound clip for possible something in the future.
For show.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's January 7th. I guess this will come out next week. Episode 30, man. We made it to 30.
Sorry, it was busy on both parts.
You know, there was a boring title that we had set aside for this, but I think we're just gonna call it the Dirty 30.
Dirty 30. Do you miss your 30s?
Hell no, dude.
Why?
I mean, you know, it was. It's kind of a transitionary period in your life, right? Like you're kind of going from being like a young adult that doesn't know shit to like going into your 40s and you kind of have like a few things figured out. You know what I mean? But it's like I think you pay for it. I think your 30s are tough for a reason. You know, I think there's you got a lot of shit going on. You're having to become an adult. It's kind of like the adult version of middle school.
It is, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, I mean, you
feel like you're in high school right now?
Yeah, like the adult version of high school.
The life of high school.
Yeah. Like I'm hitting a kind of a stride, I guess. There's difficult shit all the time, but I feel like I can handle it a lot better. You know what I mean?
So your 50s, you're in college.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you choose that life.
Yeah.
And then your 60s through your 80s are just like your golden years.
Yeah, I mean,
reaping the benefits of hard work.
If we want to stretch out the analogy that far, yeah.
Damn, it's getting deep tonight, baby.
Bro, this is my my special bottle of Jameson.
Oh, you drinking?
Nah, dude, I'm just gonna have one. As the
I don't care, dude. You're an adult. You're in high school, so you can do whatever you want.
As the alcoholics say, I'm just gonna have one. Nah, man. Cheers. I was talking to somebody.
Sorry. Episode 30. Thank you for listening. 30. Sorry we were gone. It was just busy holidays. So thank you.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody at work about episode. Well, because it was somebody at work that listens, that I trust enough to listen, and they were talking about episode 10.
What was episode 10?
Episode 10 was the season 1 finale, dude.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah,
the sex episode. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh,
man.
you were fucking chest naked for the first part of the episode.
I was, and we missed all that because homeboy fell asleep.
Dude, how is he doing? How's he doing?
I sent him a message on IG a while back. He usually responds if I text him, but I just don't think he's been social media.
Yeah, a lot of people are taking a little break.
A little break. Fucking social media is wild, dude.
I do it. I do it very rarely now.
You know what shouldn't mix? What there should be a fucking law is this right here. and social media, dude. Right? Because like I'd be saying some stupid shit to people, dude.
That's like drunk. That's like drunk dialing.
Yeah, it's like drunk social media surfing. Yeah, those are crazy fucking nights, dude. Anyway. I mean,
weird.
It's weird because that's the only kind of crazy night a lot of people are having anymore, right? Nobody goes to fucking bars and like gets smashed and drives home drunk, right?
I think because Uber kind of made people honest because Uber and Lyft and all that shit because whenever I'll use this in
we're getting kind of deep tonight, man.
People that I knew would drink and drive, and they would stay at a bar close to their home, so they wouldn't have to swerve home far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a good thing. But I think people still hit up bars and shit, dude.
I think it's gotten gradually back to normal, but I think some people that were more introverted maybe just decided not to do it anymore or not as do it as much. You know what I mean? I mean, not only that, everybody got older, but it makes me wonder what like the young kids that are like bursting at the seams to get out and like do stupid shit. Like it makes me wonder like how they're spending their time. You know what I mean? It just occurred to me that I don't know anything about high school anymore.
Well, I feel like a lot of the kids or a lot of the people, I wouldn't say kids, but a lot of the younger people now, they're super into like weed, going to shows, and like fucking anime and video games. Like they're all into that type of shit. It's anime, everything. It's crazy.
And it makes me wonder like what that does to the brain. Like, I mean, I probably sound old as shit saying that, you know what I mean? But like, there's just so many new social nuances that have never existed before. We're becoming ultra considerate of one another's feelings in some ways and then not giving a shit about them in others, right? It's like, it just seems like there's a new dynamic going on, and like, I wonder how healthy that is.
Well, I mean, it is, but I don't know, man. I work with a lot of people who are younger than me, a lot younger than me. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel like it's like oversensitive because at the end of the day, it's not oversensitive because people still laugh at shit that we laughed at when we were younger. Like, just silly, stupid shit like, mom jokes and dick jokes and stuff. That shit still flies. But I mean,
it flies honestly, under the radar, though.
Nah, I mean, honestly, I don't feel like.
You don't feel like everybody's out there trying to get everybody else canceled?
I don't feel that. I think it's the whole cancel culture thing. I don't think it's a bad thing because people that are being quote unquote canceled, if it's a real thing that's happening, it's always been happening.
We're going to talk about somebody famous that got canceled a little bit later in the show that came up on our stories.
Ooh, Kanye?
What was his name? Andrew Tate.
Oh, I didn't know he got canceled.
I mean, he got canceled years ago, but he got arrested.
I thought you were saying Andrew Schultz. I'm sorry, no. Andrew Tate. Oh, well, dude, that guy's a piece of shit.
Dude, he has all of his followers. Like, I'm not gonna tell you what I think right now, but
I'm gonna take a very hard stance on this if you start like siding with him because I'm not gonna.
No. Well, this is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. I'm just saying that he has a lot of disaffected people following him, right? And those disaffected people are like starting to form gangs online, like defending him and stuff. Like it seems like all these like social accounts of these like incels and shit. You know what I mean? It seems like they're all, I don't know, kind of rallying around him. Yeah.
They found somebody that in their eyes, they think he's being bullied, but it's like, this guy,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's how the Andrew Tate.
This is the guy who just got arrested for fucking for sex trafficking and rape.
Trafficking. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't know if you saw the video of them carrying him away, right? The Romanian police. You know what he said? He said, "The Matrix has attacked me." Right? So he's
feeding into it.
Yeah, he looked like he was acting even as he was getting arrested. kind of. It was a strange moment, but I mean, it was premeditated because you go back in history, and he's always talking in his like interviews about how what is it? How the Matrix like does this and the Matrix does that. Like he's referring to like the machine or whatever. It's kind of like saying the man. It's like a modern day saying like way of saying the man, right? So he's saying that like the Matrix has attacked him and that. So I think he premeditated it. He was like but I still don't understand how this dude got arrested.
He posted. There's a T-shirt being made by Meth Syndicate. Check them out. They have fucking hilarious shirts. He was eating pizza, and on his social media, he took a picture of the pizza, and it just so happens this pizza place.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, there's not that many of these pizza places. Let's search the area. It's the fucking feds, you know. They search the area. Let's find who bought pizza at this time. You know, it's easy. That's how he was caught, because he posted a social media thing of a pizza box.
But that still doesn't prove.
There's nothing about proof. They had a case against him, and they found him.
The thing is, okay, so I'm not defending. I'm just trying to understand how they tied it to him. So just because he bought a pizza box.
No, that's how they found him. Yeah.
That's how they found him, but how does that tie him to human trafficking?
It doesn't. They were looking for him because of human trafficking. It has nothing. The pizza box is just that's what they found him. That has nothing to do with sex trafficking. That just happened to be the way that they researched and found out where he was.
Okay, fine. You know what I mean? No.
Yeah. Who is not Sailor Man?
I am so not.
Bro, what's Sailor Ring? Not Sailor Ring.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to clip that out and put that into the Patreon, just so you know.
Why?
Because,
dude, it's Delta. It's Delta.
This is gonna be the intermission episode, so like it might be sitting on the top of the page for a long time. You know what I mean?
Oh like, my god!
That's
okay. Just cut it. Just cut this part out. I'm just saying the pizza box has nothing to do. Just cut that all out, and we'll just keep talking.
No,
just
I'll fuck around with it. I'll make something funny out of it.
Yeah,
dude.
but but I'm saying the pizza box has nothing to do with the human trafficking. That's just how they found him.
So what ties human trafficking to Andrew Tate?
Dude, obviously they were investigating him and they found it. I don't know the case. I'm not a fucking lawyer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't understand.
Obviously, he was arrested. It's not like they just arrested him because he's a rich ex-kickboxer.
That's I mean. There's like that would be my layperson's thinking, right? Like, let's go look for famous people in the area or whatever, you know.
No,
like
dude, obviously they have a case against him and they have witnesses and they have people who probably talk to the police and press charges. And
was the pizza was the pizza place tied in any way to that?
Why are you obsessed? You're trying to do this whole fucking what's his name, Nazi Jones or whatever. What is his name? Alex Jones thing, making a new Pizzagate. I swear to God.
I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand the specifics. That's all I'm saying. Like that.
He's a piece of shit. He hurt women. He's gonna have his day in court. If he's found guilty, he's gonna do some time. And if he's not, he's probably still gonna be famous. You know. What
I'm saying is, regardless of you know whether there's a guilty verdict or not, like. What I'm still wondering is what grounds do you have to arrest Andrew Tate if all the evidence that you have is a pizza box tying me to my crib?
That's not the case they have against him, bro. There's more to it than just a pizza box. Are you fucking with me right now? Is this like an Abbott and Costello? Like,
but yeah. So okay.
Okay. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Look,
you're crazy, man.
Look, just hear me out.
No, I don't want to hear you out. I don't want to talk about Andrew Tate. He's a piece of shit.
Okay, all right.
You can talk about him, but I'm not going to respond. Dude. You're crazy, dude. What are you're trying to get fucking, you're trying to get canceled. Is that what you're doing? You're trying to cancel yourself?
No. I'm just saying that, that maybe we don't know like enough to. Do they have a strong case against him? It doesn't sound like you could convict.
Obviously, they do. They spent time finding him and arresting him. That takes some time and money.
I want to know the details. Like,
well, dude, everything's publicized. It's gonna be in the news. They're probably gonna air the trial or some kind of version.
I'm expecting it too early, right? Like they wouldn't release it at this point.
It's gonna be a couple years before he even goes on trial. He's rich. They don't just do it overnight. It's going to take time.
Damn, dude. So what?
But it's going to be like the OJ shit. You know what I mean?
Was he wanted before?
Dude,
for human trafficking,
I'm not going to lie to you.
They just found him?
Primo, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't even know who he was until he got arrested. I'm not on social media like that. I don't follow people. I have when you said Andrew Tate, I thought you said Andrew Schultz. Like, that's how much I don't think about him because I don't know who he is.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's just on there with a bunch of different social media, like, people like that from both sides that I'll occasionally run into, like, on our stories or something.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I don't know. That guy, if he's guilty, I'm sure he is guilty or whatever. He's allegedly, whatever.
He's an incendiary character. That's why I bring him up, but it got us a little worked up, I think.
Oh, I don't care. I think he's a piece of shit. You can have your opinion. I can have mine. I'm not gonna like cancel you.
I'm not gonna call him a piece of shit yet because hasn't been convicted. If he's convicted,
I'll call him a piece of shit.
If it's understood and proven that there's some reasonable idea that this guy has been doing that shit, then absolutely, dude. I want him to rot his life away.
But honestly, some foul play happened because some foul play happens. So to me, that says he's a piece of shit. He did something wrong when it comes to like hurting women and trafficking humans.
Yeah, I want to know though, man. I want to know. Like, I just want to know the details so I can like put it to bed.
You're dirty. You dirty. You dirty.
All right, we'll leave that for another time. Fucking. So tell me about JFK.
Oh, okay. So I'm more versed in. So when I was a lot younger, I loved John F. Kennedy. He was like, obviously I wasn't even alive or thought of. My parents were probably barely alive when JFK was president, even though he was killed in Dallas. But I researched it a lot when I was younger. But I always researched Marilyn Monroe. And when I started getting into like the internet in my like late teens, early 20s, I would go to like chat rooms and forums, and I would read about different conspiracy theories and articles about and just back and forth about Marilyn Monroe's death and like the coroner's report and stuff. A lot of shit didn't add up. So she was found in her bed, drug overdose, right? She was naked, she was stinky, all that shit. Apparently, from what they say, like her nails were dirty and all that. So she had she fucking died of a drug overdose.
Yeah.
But they say the report, allegedly the coroner's report, so she swallowed a bunch of pills and that's what killed her. But her throat didn't have any kind of like lacerations with the amount of pills that she had in her stomach. There should have been something with her throat, and it was
like lividity, like when blood settles in a certain way after there's been trauma,
and
right
also
before the
a lot
death,
of the pills. A lot of the pills were like not lodged in her throat with the amount she took, and some of them weren't dissolved all the way in her stomach. So the conspiracy theories and things think that the military, the government killed her. They think, some people think that they like shot her up with drugs and she overdosed. Some people think she was strangled and then they like somehow put the pills down her throat with like those things you stick in your car to put oil in it, the funnel. There you go.
Shit.
And they also, some think that, because I think she died, they think that Bobby Kennedy had something to do with her being murdered.
Right, like he fucking either told her something she was gonna rat or something.
So some think that it was just as simple as she was fucking Bobby and JFK.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Some of them think it's deeper, like, oh, well, she knew like secrets because she was banging them and they would tell her stuff. Some think that
but it could be
was,
as simple as just like silencing a fatal attraction.
And there's a lot of pretty much, but I mean, from the things that I've read about Marilyn Monroe, because like I said, I used to always read about her when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like even biographies, I'd watch documentaries and all that shit. But she was, she was very insecure. She had a lot. I don't think they like said it back then, but I think she had a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah.
And she had a lot of body image issues. And I don't remember, I might be getting her and Betty Page confused, but she had like a lot of trauma and rape happen to her. And I know for a fact Betty Page was like gang raped, but there was just a lot of trauma. And she was like, not to sound like a rude person, but she was kind of mentally unstable. She got rich very quick. People were always making fun of her because they quote unquote said she didn't know how to act, and she was getting all these parts, and she was sleeping with producers, and she was getting that pounded into her.
Imagine she was banging her way up. Like, is that known? Is that known that she was banging her way up?
No, this is what she would hear. This is what people would tell her. These are rumors that she would hear. Imagine being like a young abused person making money for doing something you love, and people are like, "You're a whore. You're a drug addict. You're a piece of shit." Like, I feel like that wore on her mental health. So that's why, because she was a pill popper. She was prescribed a lot of pills, but
probably from the anxiety and shit.
Well, in those days, the studios killed Judy Garland. Do you know who Judy Garland is from Wizard of Oz?
We've talked about this shit before. Hold on.
Have we?
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked.
Well, no, I'm saying like a lot of times these people get addicted to pills because of the studio, because they want you to be awake, even though you're not sleeping at night, you're abusing your body, but you need to be awake. So take these poppers, take these uppers. Oh, you need to get a couple hours of sleep because you're going manic because you haven't been sleeping 4 days. Like, here, take some downers, sleep for 2 days. Like, they were drugging them and getting them addicted to these pills.
Fuck.
So all this stuff was rampant in the 20s through the 50s and all that shit, dude.
That's almost worse than just straight killing somebody. That's like prolonging somebody's murder over time, dude. Like,
it's treating them literally like a racehorse. Once they're lame, once their legs broken, you put them out of their misery, you kill them. We don't need you anymore. You're not going to perform for us.
Right. Damn, dude. That's wild.
It's crazy. The studios used to treat people like they were fucking like chickens and horses. They treated them like cattle.
They had the same kind of principles going on. In other words, management techniques.
Yeah, but getting deeper into like so JFK. So I know a lot about JFK, and you had some thoughts on some dark shit with the Kennedys.
Well, dude, this is not the episode to bring this shit up after you just called me Alex Jones, dude.
I'm just joking, dude. You're not Alex Jones. Jesus. You were in the Socialist Party. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, but like, dude, I'm a person cursed to change, right? Like, to like change my point of view. And I'm not saying that I'm conservative in any way. It's just, I think I want more proof. You know what I mean? I want more research on the reasons why we do things and the way we judge the way we do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it just feels sometimes like we're not far enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think when it comes to like, I'm a
in terms
deep
of
thinker.
like morality and law, and you know what I mean? Because it used to be based on a lot of shit in the Bible, you know what I mean? And maybe that got us along, but maybe we need to like rethink how, what's right and what's wrong and how we process that. You know what I mean? There's always going to be value judgments, whether you want to use like a utilitarian system or you're more religious and you want to use a Kantian system, but like these different types of, ethical systems, they seem a little outdated. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I'm very old school when it comes to politics. I used to be a deep thinker when it came to politics and my stance on things. I was very political, and I was always, I have always and will always be, a card carrying Democrat. That's that's just who I am.
Yeah,
That's just what I've always voted.
That's the platform system that you
and
agree with the most.
Yeah, and I loved Obama. You know, I voted for him both times, and I contributed, and I loved him. And you know, anyways, just my way of thinking. I deep think a lot of things, like when it comes to like spirituality, religion, when it comes to, you know, I don't know, certain conspiracy theories or just aliens and certain things I get super deep into. But politics, like, I don't like. To me, that's not a fun thing to research because it's not fun because it makes me angry. So that's why I'm going to vote who I'm going to vote for. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I keep up with it a little bit, but I try not to because it makes me angry. I keep up with like when the elections are coming, like, okay, who am I going to vote for?
It's because all the hits are hard and like, you know, there's no class to them anymore. It's not like politics back in the day where you'd see somebody like argue it out, and then when you were proved wrong, you kind of ducked your head down a little bit, like, fuck, I lost that one. You know what I mean?
Or have the attitude of agree to disagree, like, well, whatever. That's your thoughts.
I mean, it just like, well, I think there's a spectrum there going to, you know, what seems to be like the leading idea now is don't fuck. What were we talking about?
Politics, like Republicans, Democrats, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it's sometimes the parties change, sometimes the culture changes. You know, that's what the Democrats used to be the slave drivers, you know, and the Republicans were the ones that were thinking against it. You know what I mean? So it seems like the population like did a swap. You know what I mean? Over time, I think that happens. I think people have talked about that phenomenon. So like I'm trying to be like I'm just trying to remain vigilant because we're at a liminal point in history. We're at a period in time where things are going to go from having been one way to you know, a different way. You know what I mean? Population collapse is happening. Climate change is happening. So like all these things coming together.
Most conservatives don't believe in that. They don't believe in, you know.
I think they believe in the phenomenon is real. I don't think that they're 100% sold on the petroleum thing. And there are astronomical reasons why that may be the case. You know what I mean?
So I feel like there's two sects of Republicans, conservatives now. There's this not squeaky clean, but like the clean Christian Bible, you know, conservatives. And then there's the new Republicans who are the atheists, billionaires, and atheist wannabe richies.
It's the
all
Catholics
about money.
And the Protestants all over again, bro. It's the Catholics and the Protestants all over again.
But I feel like it's either you're like an asshole Republican or you're like a sweet, older, nice Republican. There's no like between. I see a lot of people and their political views, and like I've never seen so many like jockey fucking Trump supporters. Like I won't say names, but I remember being at, I won't say what it is because I don't want to single anybody out. I was at a gathering with a bunch of people for like a weekend, friends of friends celebrating another friend. Yeah. And one of them at the time, like I was kind of struggling with my beliefs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I wasn't like in the mindset that I am now. And I was kind of like, you know, believing in God, whatever. I mean, I still believe in something, but I don't want to get into it. But he laughed at me and made fun of me, saying, I can't believe, because I was a lot older than these guys too. And they were like, oh, I can't believe you believe in God. You're stupid and la, la, la. Super hardcore Republican, like big time techie, like trading bullshit. Like I think this person quit work and just started like trading on whatever crypto and all that shit, making money from that. And it's funny. I just see that sect of people that, almost like not bullying me, because I was in my head, I was like, dude, I could beat the living shit out of you. You're like a pipsqueak. You're little. Yeah. But it's just making fun of me because of and he was making fun of me because I was a liberal or whatever. I was just like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, dude. And I wasn't even bringing things up. Like they were having conversations and I was just like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, we should start addressing those stories. You know, because that's another story, actually. Somebody asked you about your At first, I think they messed up and they said conservative views, but they meant to say liberal views or something like that, right?
So this person was making fun of me because of my liberal views, and they were also like making fun of me because I believed in a god or whatever. So I was just like, man, I was just thrown off. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to like put anybody's business out there, but
right, yeah.
It's just I've encountered conversations that people like that, and I just see like these, because like I told the story on here about how I got like almost got into it, those like Nazi dudes, those Proud Boys or whatever at the Whataburger. Yeah. So I've
the
seen
tension
so many
was so high, dude. The racial tension at that point seemed like it had a little spike.
It's scary, dude. Like I don't like it, man. It's ugh.
Well, a lot of people reacted in a lot of weird ways to like the pandemic. You know what I mean? Some people thought that it was on. You know, I was watching the news every day to see if it was actually going to be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, dude, think about the fucking stress that brings to a man. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to go this like Stone Age style, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the conspiracy theorist. Yeah, I know, but like. That's like for a minute, depending on how bad this virus was, if it was way, way, way worse, like we could have been fucked. You know what I mean? We would have gone back to like 5% population or some shit.
Well, I don't think it was going to be like, have you ever seen that movie Outbreak?
No, there's a scientific well, it's like a statistical phenomenon or whatever. And it says that eventually, you know, the virus or the pandemic is going to be so fucking incredible, you know, that it's going to make all the other ones look like babies, right? Because you'll occasionally get these parabolic spikes.
Yeah.
In a pattern. So it's just the law of averages, man. We're going to be fucked on one of them.
It's too much, dude. It's too much. It's too much to think about.
Yeah, I get dark, but it's like
no, it's not that.
It's like a reality, you know what I mean? Like it could happen, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like science and medication and stuff helped, you know, with that situation. And it was sad. It was a dark time. Like
quite possibly, but I'm gonna try to be like the next level thinker here and say that what if this, you know, first 2-3 years of COVID turn out to be the bump in the ginormous spike? You know what I mean? What if this is like a slow beginning to a ginormous movement?
So, I mean, different theories about the coronavirus, the COVID.
Oh, we're going to get marked. We're going to get marked for this one.
You're the one who brought it up, motherfucker. I didn't bring it up.
Damn. Sorry.
You got to take a chug of that fucking bottle. No shot, just right out of the bottle. You got to do a 2-bubble swig.
Oh, my God.
Don't be a bitch, Mr. Oh, no que no. I'm going to fucking drink this guy.
It's a good thing we marked these all explicit.
Oh, that was not 2. You got to do one more. Don't be a bitch.
Oh, no. That was fucking tough.
You have to drink one for me. I don't drink. All right, you owe me one before the podcast.
You don't understand. That was a double. That's why I fucking reacted so violently.
All right.
Swished right into my mouth.
Do you have the little plastic thing inside of it, or is it straight bottle?
What do you mean plastic thing inside of it?
Bring up the fucking bottle and open the lid off and let me look at it.
Oh,
do it. You know what I'm saying? Like some bottles have that thing inside of it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you took a good sip. So, you know, sometimes they have that little plastic thing inside there so it doesn't come out as fast.
Oh.
I thought it had one of those. That's why I said do a double bubble.
It was a double. Like it just swished in there, man.
Nice.
It was like a burst of energy.
Crazy.
So let's finish up on JFK.
Oh no, that was it. You said you didn't want to talk about getting deep into the JFK stuff.
No. Well, I mean, I could just
I
could just bring it up, right? Like, so I guess I was avoiding it because I have to bring up context, right? Just a little fucking war story or whatever. There was a handful of us in our squadron that were liberal, right? In a Republican man's Air Force. right? And so we kind of somehow quickly identified each other. You know, you could just kind of tell when somebody is just a little bit on the liberal side, right?
Yeah.
You pick up on their vibes, right? And so we just kind of found each other and we started hanging out, right? There was like 4 of us, right? And a lot of the times we all had different houses because we had off-base housing. And this was in a foreign country. And so we would all meet up at different people's houses or whatever, and then
barbecue and shit.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Homeboy was one of the favorites, so we would be over at his place a lot. And he had this vibe. He was like a metal guitarist. Brother, I miss you. He'll know he'll know. I want to show him this. But anyway, this dude was like a metalhead, right? But sweetest guy in the world, bald head. Like he was only like about 5 years older than me. He was completely bald, right?
Oh,
He
shit.
had already finished balding, right? So, but he was a super cool dude. And so we would all hang out, and it was always like I don't want to say debauchery because there wasn't any of that going on, but it was just like we would just
You were at that age where y'all were probably drinking and talking shit and probably talking war stories and fucking with each other.
But it was dark and relaxing. There was a vibe to this dude, right? And it was like he would always have all the curtains drawn. There was only enough sunlight coming in to like so you could walk around during the daytime. Like he kept it nice and dark. You know what I mean? When we would go, we would just sit around the table fucking drinking and smoking and talking about fucking music and art and culture. And this was in the enlisted ranks, right? So I had found my cultural art nerds or whatever. And we had these very like, I don't know, like fucking movie-like moments. You know what I mean? Like where we're the Dreamers, if you ever saw that movie. And
The Dreamers with Michael Pitt? I'm just kidding.
No, it was like a French chick, like a couple French people and an American dude, and he was like in the 60s.
Yeah, it's Michael Pitt. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of had that existence because we would just slob around and fucking like drink and be like, we were living like Americans want to be Euro bougie. You know what I mean? So we were living it up. It was good, but you know, I noticed that as much as I like those people, like I like simple people too. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times, like if you identify culture with politics too closely, then you end up losing out on good people that might disagree with you politically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot of friends. I have my family and my cousins and stuff, and I have a few good friends that I still keep up with here and there. But I mean, I'm like a family dude.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I have friends that are conservative. You know, we don't talk about politics because that's the last thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about, man, I haven't seen you in a fucking month or a year.
Yeah. Well,
like
just to put a period here, then let me just finish by saying that the politics associated with, you know, today and the politics of back then, things have just changed, right? Some time has gone by. One of these liberal friends gave me a copy of Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler, right?
Good Lord.
And
that got dark real fast.
Yeah. Well, she had also given me my first copy of the Communist Manifesto, right? She was only interested in the extreme politics, right? She was an extremist like me, right? This girl, she was one of the crew. We were in Austria at a bar in a blown out bomb shelter under a building in Venice or in what's it called?
You sound like a Minus the Bear song.
Dude, yeah. It was weird. We were there, we were drinking, you know, we got fucking hammered, and she got politically angry and started talking about how she was going to burn herself. Have I brought this up before?
No, this is brand new.
Yeah.
You never even told me about this off mic.
That she wanted to burn herself in protest in front of the White House because of the Iraq War.
Did she do it?
No, obviously
I feel like I would have seen that on the news.
Yeah, it would have been on the news. Yeah. No, but like she was fucking, you know how when you're drunk and you speak in absolutes, you're like, I'm gonna fucking do this and I'm gonna fucking do that, right?
One time I left a voicemail on my cousin's voicemail. I was very drunk working out of town.
Yeah.
And I said, she could suck my dick in hell. Like and he played that back to me when I was back in town so many times. I think he had it saved for a while. Yeah.
Dude, I was not expecting the story to take that turn.
No, I can tell you a story. Yeah, I can tell you a bunch of stories, but yeah, it would get dark when you're by yourself, fucking angry and pissed off and yeah.
Anyway, the Nazis we've talked about this before though, I think. The Nazis were a key interest of JFK Sr.
Go on.
Right? Isn't that true? Haven't you heard that?
I've read some things. I was mostly into JFK, but I did read about the Kennedys. I've read some about the Kennedys, but it was mostly pro-Kennedy stuff, not like incriminating Kennedy stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory.
Skimmed over some shit about, Nazi ties and Nazi what is it? Nazi what is that called? Sympathizers and shit, like sympathizing and shit like that.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, I think he was. I could be wrong, but I think he was.
Allegedly.
And so it's just weird how it ties back into all this. Like, I just wanted to bring up the fact that, JFK Sr.'s father or JFK Sr. could have been, a Nazi. I read this book that this girl gave me. I'm just gonna put the period right here. Just right here.
This is in Mein Kampf, really?
Yes, I read Mein Kampf, right? Because she gave me a bunch.
And they talk about the Kennedys in it?
No, it was the other way around. The Kennedys were talking about Mein Kampf.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. No, but I read Mein Kampf, right? Because one would just go with the subscription that everybody talks about in social media, which is we hate the Nazis, right? But don't you want to know what people like JFK Sr. saw in the Nazis? Like, obviously, he wasn't trying to do it to be evil. He believed that there was some utility to that school of thought, right? So I read Mein Kampf, right? And I think I know, if you've read Mein Kampf, right, you would know that it's not all about burning Jews, right?
Jewish people, take it easy.
Sorry,
take it easy.
It's not all about burning
Kanye,
Jewish people.
Calm down, Kanye.
And like ageism, and all the crazy shit that the Nazis did, right? It's also about governing systems, right? It's also about how to tax, how to base, laws off of, right? It was like almost like a completely new system. They weren't even basing their like laws off of Christianity per se. Like there was like a cult shit mixed in.
Hitler was a fucking atheist. He was like a vegetarian, vegan atheist.
Well, the thing about there being
which is
like
funny.
I think he was an occultist. He was an occultist.
Dude, it's like I don't know. I know he didn't, like, what I've read about him, that he was like some kind of, he didn't believe in God.
Yeah, dude, there was a lot of occultism in like the SS schools and shit like that. Like a lot of like real fucking occultism, like heavy duty, running in parallel with Crowleyan magic kind of shit at the heart of their religious,
So it's hard for me to get behind, say, for example, I don't even want to say Mein Kampf because I don't want to put that energy into the universe, but say this Scientologist Bible. I'm just going to call Nazism Scientology.
No,
let me finish this thought.
Fuck.
So right. You got your part. Now it's my part. It's hard. Okay, I'll just say it. It's hard for me to get behind. Say Mein Kampf has some great ideas and it has great laws and it has value and it could make the government better. Okay. I can't get behind any school of thought or idea behind a hateful, disgusting Nazi person. I can't do it. Just because you have good ideas doesn't mean you're a piece of shit. Just because you believe in God, just because you don't believe in God doesn't mean you can't be a good person. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to like, I understand what you're saying. Like I'm sure there's a lot of things in that book, the book of Scientology, that are great and that are going to make you Tom Cruise and a millionaire, but you still abuse women and hide people and kill them. It's, to me, like, I can't get behind a school of thought that's that hateful. I just can't do it.
I understand how they can be so closely tied together in some people's minds, that they're almost inseparable, but they are separable.
I think I'm researching about Scientology, and a lot of what they do is very racist, and it's very scary. They hide so many rapes.
But what I'm saying is that if in their biblical texts or religious texts it said the sky is blue, would the fact that it's in a Scientology book take any more truth away from the statement that the sky is blue?
It's not about that. I mean,
I think it is. I think it goes to the heart of it.
No. For all I know, the Bible, the Quran, the Mein Kampf, I'm sure that's the Nazi Bible, right?
That's like Hitler's
I'm sure they
manifesto,
all have a lot. I'm sure they have a lot of things that are similar. The sky is blue, the grass is green. Sure. That doesn't make it untrue, but I'm just saying it's hard for me to get behind and think it's okay that they have good ideas when it comes from so much hate. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm but I mean, so you read the book, and what did you take from the book? Did you read it to like, I want to get inside this guy's mind, or did you read it as a joke? Because sometimes people read shit for a joke.
No. Remember me and this girl that had given me these two books, I called us extremists, right?
Yeah.
We've always, she and I were both the type of people that would like explore an idea to its very end, right?
Yeah.
In order to understand it intricately, right? Like we were kind of mental explorers. That was like our friendship deal. You know what I mean? And so she understood what it was like. We were both like that. So she gave me these books knowing that I would be interested in them because they were extremist ideas. You know what I mean? Communism and Nazism takes the ideas of politics to their extremes. You know what I mean? They're modern incarnations of a brutal royal reign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
I never was curious enough, or I'll be honest, cared enough to read. That stuff doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have friends that a lot of that kind of stuff is very interesting to them. The Satanic Bible, Mein Kampf, the fucking anarchist cookbook. I remember when that bitch was like, when I was in like elementary, middle school, everybody was talking about that book, but nobody had ever seen it. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, now you can fucking read it online for free. Just go to Reddit or something. You can find it. But Reddit, dude, have you?
Reddit is the new.
Change.
Yes.
Let's talk about Reddit for a minute. Reddit does not give a fuck. So Barbara Walters passed away. God rest her soul. Universe rest her soul.
God bless you.
When you told me, whenever I saw that she died or whatever, I went on Reddit, not even to look about her. You know what I saw?
What?
Interviews of people like, look, she was a piece of shit. Look at this. Look what she said to this person. Look at she said she degraded this. I was just like, she's not even cold. Like, good Lord. I was like, God. I was like, this is insane.
Well, they
don't give a fuck,
dude. You're not going to find.
You're not gonna find sympathy on Reddit. That should be the name of this fucking episode. You're not gonna find any sympathy on Reddit.
That's a 90s sitcom title if I've ever heard one, dude.
Dude, you are not, dude. They don't give a fuck, dude. They tear everything down. I'm just like, It's the only thing I get on Reddit for now is for Stardew Valley. That's it. When I'm looking for pointers, and if I'm like, oh, where do I buy this? For example, today I'm doing a thing where I'm changing my entire greenhouse. So I cut down once all my plants harvested, I cut them all down, and I wanted to make everything beets because I'm like on a fucking office kick. So I'm like, I want to have a beet farm.
Yeah.
Like Dwight, whatever. So I didn't know where to find the fucking seeds. I'm like, oh, they don't sell the beet seeds here or here. And like, what the fuck did I make? Because I make my own seeds. I was like, did I make any? Because I saw that you can put your beets inside of this thing that makes flour. So I was like, oh, I'll just go on Reddit. Not even 2 seconds into it, I found it, and I got off Reddit. That's what I get on Reddit for now, is the secrets in Stardew Valley. Because I just started my year 15 on Stardew Valley.
Dude, I saw you sent me. I asked you. Hold on. I asked you to send me a picture of it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, because there was. Well, my daughter got into it, and she's like going crazy, and I'm like, "Oh, you're doing fucking good." I'm all proud of her or whatever, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, "Dude, I let's see where this can go, right?" And so like that's when I asked you to send us the pictures, and dude, your farm is like fucking crazy, dude.
And also, like I changed out my entire. I'm regretting it now because I'm having to buy hay for my animals because I decided to take. On my piece of property, I got rid of all the grass and I just put stone ground.
Okay.
I don't know. And all the trees that I have in my farm, they have like these little wooden things that produce like maple syrup or whatever comes from the pine trees. I can't remember what it is, but
yeah,
everything that's on my farm, like I make money off of it. So I was also in a Reddit thing where people are talking about their farms and they're like, "Oh, you're such a capitalist on your game." I'm like, "It's a fucking game." Like,
yeah.
People are like, all you want to do on your farm is just make money. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Well,
It's
you're doing
funny.
fucking awesome. You have like a whole factory going. Like I don't know how
I got
you have
my
time
horse.
I don't know how you have like enough time to maintain all that shit because like stuff in Stardew Valley needs like regular maintenance and shit.
Well, what I love about Stardew Valley is if I was to stop playing it right now and not touch it for a year, I would be exactly where I was in a year. So I could just pick up.
Whenever you want. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. How far, how many years in have people gotten? Like,
I don't know, dude. I'm on year 15.
did you get it when it first came out or something?
No. I've only been doing this probably since 2019.
I see.
So like 4 years.
We play it on the Switch. Like I know you can get it on like iOS, but we'll play it on the Switch.
I've only played it on my phone. I've never played it on the Switch. I think it'd be a bad idea for me to play it on the Switch because
Anyway, no, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I would never put it down, and my son would be mad because I'm playing his Switch all the time. But I've played it. I'm helping my son get further because he plays it sometimes on his iPhone.
Does he
iPad.
like watching you?
He plays it. He plays Stardew Valley on his iPhone, but whenever he's not playing it, I try to get him further along in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever he starts playing it, he's like, "Oh, I have crops," or "Oh, I bought a refrigerator." Like he bought a refrigerator and stuff. So he plays with it a little bit. Then he goes back to his other games, his Kick the Buddy and all that shit.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So little man's down, huh?
Yeah, he's asleep. Thank God.
Well, that's good.
He had a fun day today. It was a good day.
Was it?
You want to get?
Yeah.
Oh,
let's move on. Let's
do the Q&A. Let's do the Q&A to wrap it up.
I'm pulling it up. Yeah. Let's move on.
It's 1:20. I'll read the ones that I just got in tonight. Let's see. All right. I'm moving out of the state, but haven't told people yet. Should tell people. That's crazy. I drive, but never got my license.
That's...
Don't say names, bro. Regular milk makes me shit myself.
Regular milk makes me shit myself. Dude, I didn't know we were getting pranked. Like, I haven't been following.
Snuck out of my house. Okay. Didn't shower for a week. I answered that one on Instagram. I voted for Trump. This is the Anonymous Confessions. I made out with my teacher. Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Skip school. Okay. Let's see.
Well,
I got a hotel room for alone time. When I got home the next day, I found out my spouse was butthurt about it. So this one is like a thread. And then the other one says, the next one says, let me find it. The solo hotel room was discussed, unforeseeable, but hurtness, I guess.
What do you think? You think that's legit?
I don't know, man.
Or you think, think there's some shade there?
No, I mean, it's hard to tell if people are telling the truth. And then I asked about the hotel room. I said, was it, or I'll just answer it.
Okay.
When I asked about the hotel room, I said something like, man, there's a lot. Fuck. I think I said something like, oh my God. Sorry, I'm looking for it. The hotel room, the first one, I just got a hotel room for the alone time. I said, I mean, if it was not a convo and you just went, I would have been hurt a bit too. And then they said, I screwed up. I meant, oh no, wrong one.
There were a couple of
It says the solo hotel room was discussed, unforeseeable, but hurtness, I guess. I said, oh, man, was it to get away from the chaos of the kiddos and work to take a breather, or to get away from the spouse? And then they responded, all of the above.
Damn.
So that's why I was just like, I feel like that one might be, I feel like that one's real. And even if it's not real, I mean, that's a good like question answer thing to do, because like, I mean, if you're feeling like that and you're that unhappy or whatever feelings are, you need a breather from everything. I don't know, man. I feel like that might be, because I don't know if this is a man or a woman. This is anonymous.
Yeah.
It feels like your home life is stressful, and that sucks, man. Yeah. That really does suck.
It's heavy. It's heavy shit.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I don't know what the situation is at home or whatever, but man, you got to find that happiness. And sometimes that's the inside job, baby. You got to maybe go to therapy or go to church, whatever you think is going to help you sleep at night or sleep in your home at night.
Those things are generally difficult for some people to own up to. So it sounds like maybe some therapy has gone on.
Maybe that's a step that said therapist said that they needed to do, like have a discussion and just,
talk it out. Yeah.
Talk it out. But if you need to, get a hotel room. And sometimes people not use, like, but people. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, did you ever do therapy?
We did it once. Yeah. And then at the same time, we were going solo.
Yeah. So
it seems to help a lot. It seems to help a lot. But so I think that you can accomplish like about 6 weeks of weekly therapy with, half a gram of, God's best elevator. I don't know.
Oh, maybe some Delta. I mean, I'm a proprietor of therapy. I take medication for my depression and my anxiety and my sleeping issues. I take medication, and I'm probably going to start actual therapy in the next few months once we are able to pay a few things off. But I mean, I like doing solo therapy because it makes me feel like I can vent without hurting somebody.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you can't vent and say what you're feeling. And this has nothing to do with my wife. This has something to do with, like, I feel this thing inside me that I don't want to, like, I don't know. Like, whenever I first started therapy, like, I was going through a lot of things in my head, and I was, like, confused about, like, my place in life. Not my place in life, but I was confused about, like, I always bring it back to religion, but I was very, very confused, and I felt like, man, I'm going to go to hell. I'm a piece of shit. Like, that was my main reasons for going to therapy, and the fact that I've had depression since I can remember, or I've been depressed since I can remember, and I was diagnosed with, depression, anxiety, whatever. But, I've never actually sat down and talked with somebody about it in a therapy session. And My therapist never gave me homework or tasks.
And it's almost advanced to take it to a like a public forum, right?
See,
that's like an advanced move almost on their part.
Are you talking about like posting it on social media or something?
Yeah, or like trying to tell somebody.
I don't live my life on social media. Like, I don't put my personal issues or personal things on social media.
Yeah, but maybe that was part of their therapy. Was getting it out somehow.
I feel like that's not the best move for a therapist to tell you to put your shit on Instagram or Facebook.
If you're concerned about security, sure, I would agree with you.
I'm just a very
if it's anonymous and it's supposed to be anonymous.
Yeah, I feel like
then
for me, I don't know, man. I feel like putting all your business out on social media is like a young person's thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm not there anymore. I used to talk a little personal on my Instagram and Facebook whenever I was actually active on Facebook, because I'm not anymore. I don't even have Messenger.
Yeah, I deactivated my account.
I think
that platform is done. Like, I'm going to call it. Hold on. It's January 7th, 2023 at 1:26 a.m. and I'm calling it Facebook will die. Yes.
Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't know. Like, it just feels very reminiscent of the end of MySpace.
In an era.
Yeah.
An end of an era.
Yes, sir.
I feel like there's always going to be old people on there. No, but I mean, I have family members and people that I love that are close to me. They love Facebook. It's just not for me. I don't want to get into an argument or look at someone's political views. I'm just not that way. I don't have that in me anymore. Like, I don't want to know that you fucking partied and ate fucking pancakes at 4 a.m. Like, I don't give a shit.
I pee in the bed all the time. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we got shit pants and pee-pee in our threads too.
That's cool. I heard a story. What did you write? That's cool. I heard a story that a guy in high school used to piss in his closet because he didn't want to walk to the bathroom. Is that true?
Yep, that's exactly true. It was.
And he just didn't give a fuck. Was he a badass about it or what?
No, I think this person was very lazy and didn't want to go to down the hall to take a piss in the toilet, so they just pissed in their closet.
Oh my God, that's some fucking weird elementary shit. You see weird shit manifest.
This person was in high school doing this, mind you. I was in middle school, and because I went to like a Christian school, Trinity Christian Academy.
Dude.
And TCA, baby. We played Holy Cross. I think Holy Cross always beat us in basketball. But what's it called? But yeah, this person was like older than my brother, like a couple years older than my brother. My brother was 2 grades above me. So I was like in 8th grade. So this person was like a junior or a senior.
Wait, hold on. Did you just lord your school's superiority over some of our cousins?
No, I said Holy Cross always beat us in basketball.
I thought you said, but we always beat them.
No, they always whooped our ass. No.
Were they good back then?
I never played for the team. I don't know. I played in middle school, but I mean, I was like on the middle school JV team. We never played anybody big or good. High school.
Talk about Holy Cross and Providence real quick to somebody who's brand new to San Antonio.
I don't know about Providence. I know about Holy Cross because I had a big handful of cousins that went there and or graduated from there. I don't know if it is now, but it was an all boys Catholic school, and I went to a Christian school, and all like the Christian Catholic Baptist schools would play each other in sports. But one of my cousins.
I think, but like Holy Cross and Providence is the all girls school. And maybe another one I can't think of right now. Like, they are the high end,
Central Catholic.
Central Catholic. Catholic and Providence, right? And they're like the elite boy and girl schools in town, right? And so like they have like the best of everything, you know what I mean? And they're held to a private standard and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of wild.
I mean, they're getting that. They're paying. Their parents are paying a shit ton of money, so they have a shit ton of money to spend.
Yeah.
Not even. I bet you they get that tithing money too, baby. So
and I'm sure they hire like personal consultants to get the standards.
It's not that deep,
Dude,
dog. Is it? You think? I
think
didn't go to the Catholic school,
well,
so I didn't
mean,
go to like a
maybe they
prominent
have
school.
maybe they have like a good system in place already, but at some point somebody invested a lot in getting a decent management system up and running there.
I can see that.
Because all the gears are greased. Anyway.
Yeah. With that, did you get any new questions on your end, or did you not post it tonight?
No, well, I've been running them on the screen. Let me pull it back here for a minute. And then we could wrap it up here shortly. We just broke the Tiddlecast under an hour rule.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Talk about the chicks, bro. Past, present, and psychos, whatever is clever.
Okay, you can get into that.
Fuck, dude. I was thinking about this. I was like, man, I kind of don't want to be put on the spot. Dude,
You're the one who read the question.
That's just what it popped up. Like, it's just where I landed. Dude, I had a wild upbringing in the Air Force. Like,
you're a military brat or an Air Force brat or whatever they call it.
No, I was in the Air Force for 4 years.
Oh, I thought you meant like you grew up with like you were like an Army brat or whatever they call it.
No. I spent from 19 to fucking
23.
Yeah, 23. I was in the Air Force.
Did you see any shit? Did you go to like any? Well, see, you're older than me, so what? The Gulf War? No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
you went to Desert Storm or what? I'm just kidding.
I mean,
That's a dad joke. That's the first dad joke of the year.
Stop. No, I didn't see anything violent per se.
No, I just meant, did you go to Afghanistan or Iraq or anything like that?
I was in theater once. Yeah, but
what does that mean?
I was operating.
Oh, theater. Well, I don't know if there was a theater in the Air Force. I don't know if they were performing and shit.
No, well, I mean, like
I don't know military terms, dog.
Like I had real world missions. It wasn't like 4 years of training or anything like that. And so, but I can't necessarily talk about that.
Oh no, you have to. Hey, speaking of military,
but it was counter narcotics, and that's all I'll say.
Did you hear the podcast or the clips from the guy talking about the capture of Osama bin Laden?
What?
No. Saddam Hussein. It was either Saddam Hussein or Osama bin Laden. There's a podcast of one of the guys who helped capture him, and he was talking about it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying that they found the real Osama bin Laden or some weird shit like that.
Well, they did find the real Osama bin Laden.
No, I know,
No.
but my brain went like conspiracy theory for a second.
Oh
Sorry.
no, like there was a podcast. I don't remember if it was Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein, but it was I think it was Saddam Hussein. Yeah, it was Saddam Hussein. The guy who helped capture him, he sat down and talked about it, I guess, for the first time on a public platform about. However, them catching him, something about George W. sends his regards or some shit like that. But I was listening to part of it and I was just like, oh shit, this guy, he was getting into detail about a lot of shit. I think that's something you would like to listen to.
Dude, I would, but like I try not to get lost on the Kanye shit. Like I will entertain it shortly.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about Kanye. I was talking about Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, but like, getting into those intense ideas about those guys or whatever. It was just a callback to
oh
the
yeah. No,
theory.
like the Kanye thing, like at this point I see it, but I don't read it. I don't pay it any mind because I'm just like, dude, he's doing this. I don't know what's going on with him.
It's hard to listen to, for sure. It's hard to listen to.
I see it. This is how I see it. I see it as a bunch of rich people putting their fucking opinions out there and getting mad that people don't agree with it. I don't give a shit what rich people think because they don't do anything for me. Like these celebrities, these fucking people. Like, I know you love Elon, but I don't give. And Elon Musk doesn't probably give a shit what we think about him either. Obviously,
the thing is, I don't hate on him.
Who, Kanye?
Elon.
Oh no, I know that.
Like his utility far outweighs his, his cost.
I think it's funny that these guys could feed the entire world and it wouldn't even be a drop in the bucket for them. They wouldn't even feel it.
It wouldn't be a drop in the bucket for them to what?
They wouldn't feel it.
Oh,
if
yeah.
Financially,
Yeah,
I think it's
hell
funny.
no. It's fucking.
But then,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
think my liberal side is just like, that's bullshit. They could be helping the people. And then I think what my dad would say, like, well, it's his money. He can do it. Well, my dad has not said this. I'm just saying it. I won't use my dad as a reference. I've heard people say, not my dad, that, well, it's his money. He can do whatever he wants with it. He doesn't have to feed the world. I'm like, I'm not saying he should feed the world, but maybe he should stop spending billions on going into space and maybe fucking throw a couple shekels somewhere else.
Well, I think it's. I mean, I think
that's just the liberal in me.
I'm sure he does, but it's just, like that's a big deal, and just because there's still hunger in the world doesn't mean that everybody's going to be mentally, emotionally, or physically invested in feeding the hungry, right? But they may throw a couple of bucks. Everybody's doing what they can. But on the same note, we shouldn't tell the people who desperately want to work on rockets and are good at doing it. Just because that's going on doesn't mean that we should tell those people to stop.
No, I don't, dude. I have issues with Kanye West. I don't know enough about or care enough about, I guess, Elon Musk or guys like in his line of work. Whatever it is he does,
side of the political spectrum, we'll say.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he's very conservative. I think he's come out and said he's a Republican. Like all this Twitter shit, whatever. Like I see you. It's hard not to see Elon Musk because he's everywhere. If I go to Google.com, he pops up. You know what I mean?
I try to be equal with a lot of people. Even if they're not popular, you know what I mean? And even if I see the cliques forming against that person, like I try to be as level about things as I can. But some people just don't work like that. They're very competitive and they will not allow an underling to, overtake them, in social circles. There's just odd shit that still goes on between adults. You know what I mean? It's just more mental, I think.
I feel like just circling back to cancel culture, what I was trying to say earlier, and I thought about it a little more while we've been talking, I feel like cancel culture has always been there. It's just on a bigger platform now. You know what I mean? Because back in the day when people were quote unquote getting canceled, you would just maybe read in the newspaper or hear a rumor. Not even the newspaper. I don't know if they had trash rags in the 40s and 50s. I'm sure they did. But I mean, you would read about it, and most of the time people think it's a trash rag, it's a rumor. Yeah. But nowadays, everybody is so quick to be a justice warrior.
Well, I used to watch Alex Jones, but I didn't subscribe to any of his ideas. I think he was crazy, and I think he means well in some ways.
No,
but I'm
going to disagree.
But he's also a jerk in others, and I think that he. I started off watching him with good intentions, and I just laughed at him as like a fool, right? Because he was a caricature of Limbaugh. Right.
Well, we've discussed him before, and from what I remember, because this was probably over a year ago, you said he could be a stand-up comedian, like he's putting on an act, he's putting on a show, but
there's a caricature nature to him. That's all I'm saying. Whether you're into that version of humor or not, like regardless, he's kind of a cartoon character, right?
Well,
and so
he has a responsibility though when you're on a platform where that many people. Because there's a lot of crazy people out there. They take what he says as the Bible.
Well, that's why it's so funny to watch, because you see him saying these ridiculous things, right? With such a genuine disposition about what he's saying. Like, I don't want them putting stuff in the water that turns the frogs gay, right? And there's not an ounce of joking on his face, but you wonder, right? You wonder, is he fucking with me?
It's hard for me to find him funny because of the Sandy Hook things, and I'm sorry, I cannot. As a father, I don't give a shit. I've listened to
those.
I have too.
There's you know,
It's
there's
not-
an element. Yeah, he said some fucked up shit, which he
Is he
apologized
a
for.
But the thing is he a father? Does he have kids?
I think
Do you know?
I think he does. I think he's
You know, what if one of his kids was in that fucking school? Would he be joking about that then?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
He's
that as a father. That's how
that's
I
where
think
the
of it.
opportunistic, you know, wannabe social media dude like fucks up. Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
not fucked up.
why do we keep on coming back to politics, dude?
I don't know.
Dude, I've just been letting our stories run in between us, dude. I don't know what's been exposed.
Who gives a shit? This is a good one though. But it's almost 2 a.m. Daddy's got to go to bed.
Yeah, amen. All right, well, we did what we could. This
is a fucking good one, dude. This is a really good one.
Yeah. No, we'll get it up in a couple of days.
I can't get full Delta next time, so I can not say certain things, so we don't have to edit these so much. Sorry.
Yeah. No, well, it's all good.
Well, you did start off the podcast with the fucking banger, so I won't say what happened, but
all right, man. Be good. We are out.
Peace.